Holy moly, 5 seconds of summer. What's up, you guys?
Yeah.
Hello there.
What's up?
Last time you guys were here, I wasn't here.
Yeah.
So you guys took it over, and how did that go?
Apparently you went on holiday.
I was on holiday, and you guys probably would prefer to do this without me here. I don't know.
we got offered a job taking your spot, and we turned it down.
Thank you.
That's how good we were.
So you saved my gig. Oh, my God.
No, we weren't very good. We missed you.
I miss you guys. By the way, I do a bunch of research before you guys come in, even though I've interviewed you guys 50 times. And I came across this video, like they have all the fan videos and everything.
Oh, no.
And I came across this fan video that says, moments that Five Sauce deserved better. And I was on the cover of it. It's like I did a bad. It's my face on the cover.
What happened?
I made that video.
Do you remember what happened?
I don't know. I didn't watch the video. I laughed and cried a little bit, but I don't know who made it.
You didn't watch it?
I didn't. It's easy to find.
Should we pull it up?
You maybe pull it up later and see what I did that was so bad. It's Five Sauce deserves better, and I was the cover of the video.
It's on the 5 Sauce Vivo account.
It may be probably it. Hey, the 2019, is this the year? I heard you guys say this. I think I heard you guys say this. The year of more risk and more creativity, which I'm not sure what that means. If you said that, what does that mean? That wasn't the neat question, by the way.
I guess we're always pushing ourselves with our music. Obviously, you've known us for a couple of years.
Mhm.
And I think, particularly with this year, we're super ambitious with this fourth record. I mean, thankfully enough, Youngblood did amazing things for our group, and I think we're really trying to follow that up, but in an interesting musical way. And the risk, I mean, who knows where that came from, but risk is just kind of us pushing ourselves, and especially with the fans we already have and the fans we want to make. And in our own group, I mean, everybody has grown so much with their artistry, so it's getting all of that into the fourth record as well.
Mm-hmm. Even things like with the Chainsmokers song and the Chainsmokers tour, that's a big, I mean, it's a risk, but it's also like, it's a thing that you wouldn't expect us to do, I feel like, and I feel this year is more about collaborating with as many people as we can in a purposeful way.
Yeah.
And we're really excited for that tour, and the song's done incredible things for us, and we love that song. We've been trying to get them to release it with us for a long time, and it finally came to fruition, which is amazing. There's a lot of things we're trying to do. That Chainsmokers tour is going to be one of those things, though.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of the Young Blood track you brought up a moment ago, I think last time you were here, and we'll cover this a little bit more later on in the countdown, but you were almost like, if it hits number one, that'd be great. Almost like there's no way we're going to hit number one. Matter of fact, I think you said that.
Yeah.
And then not only did it hit one,
we sound beaten down at that point.
It's
never going to happen.
I've learned to expect nothing.
I love crazy fan stories. You guys have given me so many fan stories over the years. If you have another one later on, bring it up. But I want to bring up one that I came across.
Okay.
True or false? Last year, a fan said that she would eat a picture of Luke.
Oh yeah.
Every day until you ate a picture of hers. Now you didn't eat her. What happened with that?
Explain yourself.
What is going on here?
I think she did like a bunch. It was like 30 days. She's going to eat a different picture of me.
Are we talking A4, A3?
No,
No, it was like a cut up. It was like
12 by
small
16.
cut up.
they were pretty small. They were edible looking.
Okay.
I don't know if that is a statement that's true.
And she did it. I don't know why she did it. Is that the reason? Until I ate one.
Well, I don't know the reason, but she was going to eat it one a day of you until you ate one of hers. To my understanding,
Yeah, I didn't see it until about day 23. So she was eating a lot of pictures until I noticed it.
Absolutely stuffed.
But yes, I did see that on Twitter. Whether she was faking it, was there a video of her eating it, or
Yes.
just okay?
Yeah, there were 23 of them
Oh
when
my
you
God.
noticed.
Which, by the way, speaking of, I guess that kind of reminded me. The Chainsmokers came in, and they told me that they had a fan that was in the front row of one of their shows, and this is super creepy. She showed up, and she was in the front, and I guess at one of their shows, everybody goes crazy and kind of jump in. It's a dance thing, But there's one girl standing in the front, and she just stared at them, and they couldn't. It was like an eye contact, like, oh my God, what's going on? She pulls out some sort of clippers. I don't know if they were electric or scissors or whatever.
What?
And she starts shaving her hair. Front
No
row.
way.
This is what they told me a couple of months back.
No way.
This is what they said. And then she starts eating her hair. And she ate her hair in the front row,
What?
similar to the eating of the Luke photo.
I think.
And then they left, and she left somewhere in the middle of the show, and they were just like, what the heck?
I think they made that up
If they did, they sold it really well.
I'm gonna
That's
ask
got
for that.
Alex written all over.
Yeah,
it.
that's 100%
I bet
an
Alex told
story.
that story.
I'll pull up the audio later. maybe I've been just hammed this whole time. I don't know. Let's talk about this World War Joy tour with Chainsmokers.
Yeah.
Give me some thoughts on this. I know it's something you guys have obviously been planning for quite a while.
Yeah.
Give me your takes on this.
There's a lot of thoughts on this tour. I mean, I think the most interesting tours contain kind of polar opposite bands musically, and that's why I think this one's interesting. I mean, we also wanted to push ourselves with the people we're playing to, but also challenge us to create kind of hybrid of our live show as well.
Yeah.
So super excited to put that together. But I mean, again, with the risk talk, I mean,
It is kind of risky in a way, but I love collabs from different genres. But I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah.
there's always a risk involved too. I guess. And I guess I heard you guys talking to Seacrest about this, and I was laughing at first. At what point do you perform Who Do You Love? Like, who's set?
Yeah.
And I thought, it's kind of funny. Then I got to thinking about that. That's a real issue.
Yeah.
Where do you put that song?
We're gonna have to cross that bridge at some point. I think.
Yeah.
I think what'll happen is we'll play a version in our set, like not a huge, like a something sort of version, a 5 slots version, and then we'll play it like a big one in their set. I think.
Can you play the same song twice in an
I would
evening?
argue with that, Luke. I
I
would
don't
say we'll
think we
play
can
it
do
in
that.
their
Or-
set. That's
I don't
what I
think we
think.
can do that.
Or you
I
came
think
up with a really good idea of we play it the last song in our set and it like transitions into their set.
That was Ashton's
But-
idea, I think. But-
Was it? I
you know
don't
what? No, it was
someone's
mine.
idea.
Dude. Let's take that. I'll take it.
It was mine. No.
We shall fight about it. I want a crazy road story.
Road story.
I want
Road.
Segments.
Well, back in
Welcome back to Road Stories.
back in '86. That's the name of our podcast when we're 40 or something.
Road stories.
Road stories.
With like a really bad artwork.
Just be the Route 66.
Yeah, Route 66 and there's road
Road
stories
stories.
and like word art.
You know what's come up increasingly more?
What was that?
You were talking about fan interactions. We've had more like mid 20 guys come up to us and be like, "Hey, love your band," and we've predominantly had female fans, and we love them, and it's been interesting to interact with them because it's been different to what we're used to. I
Yeah,
suppose.
we went to
Interesting.
Callum and I were at Coachella, and we're getting a hot dog. Callum doesn't eat hot dogs because he's pescatarian, but so he's getting a fish dog.
That was a thing.
Cold dog.
It's getting a fish dog.
So
Sounds terrible, Callum.
we're at the hot dog stand, and this dude looks at us and he goes, "Dudes," and he's like pointing at us, and he's like, "Who do you love?" Chainsmokers, 5 sauce, and he dabs.
Yeah, it's,
And
it's,
it
just,
was-
it's not. We
it
lo-
was-
it's really cool to see it expand, but it's just like
But also,
getting used to it.
like men like hugging you
yeah,
is like we're just not used to it because we're pretty tall guys, but when you're like out and about and there's like, I love your band, dude, he like shakes your hand and like really manhandles you. I'm like, I feel really handled. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I guess it is.
I'm just not used to it, you know.
You guys have your guys and your fans of guy bands, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's just weird to have it turned and where. Yeah. What is? I don't know. It is a weird.
It's
yeah.
just a cool part of our career. It's like it's cool because we've always wanted our music to be heard by everybody. We're not like trying to pigeonhole ourselves or anything. And all our favorite bands have been bands of just like the people, I guess, and everybody can enjoy them. And I think that's one of our massive motives in this group. So it's an incredible thing. And I think that was one of the motives behind releasing a song with the Chainsmokers. And sonically as well, we've shifted, and yeah, so it's a cool part of our career.
To wrap this part up, from here on out, are we like when guys want to come up and hug you? We're okay with this. Just
go
bring it
ahead.
on up.
It's okay.
Bring
We,
it in, right?
we just needed time to adjust. It's us, not you.
All right, fair enough. There we go. The album. I know we're working on. I guess you guys are kind of always working on something. That's my assumption. But there's an album in the works.
yes.
Give me a progress report. How we doing? What can you tell me about it? All that stuff.
I think we went into the studio for about 2 months, I believe, even shorter than that, and we came out with Easier, which you'll hear soon, and we came out with a bunch of other songs that kind of follow along that sort of breadcrumb trail, which is a
Ooh.
terrible
Is that
analogy.
a Hansel and Gretel
It is, and I think
mention?
yeah, and I think after I always say this, but after like Youngblood and how that album kind of turned out for us and how we felt as a band and how we feel now, how comfortable we are in our roles, I feel like going into this album, it felt, I don't want to say easy because it wasn't. It was very difficult to pull it all together,
But easier.
Yeah, there you go. It was easier than it was to go from the second album to the third. That was a very difficult time for us, and difficult to I don't know, make a new. It felt like we had to make a whole new band in the third album with Youngblood, and it
I
felt
wonder why
like
that was. Why is there? You have a theory on why, or just it just was what it was?
I think music in general changed so much, and our motivations for what we wanted from our music had changed so much. It was hard for us to just readapt as a band. I think we had really liberated ourselves in our careers, like even business-wise, we were more independent than ever than we were when we were kids. And we were learning a lot about how we could attain what we wanted from our career in the way we wanted to. So it was a struggle personally and career-wise and everything, you know. And it took us time to readjust and kind of base ourselves for the first time in a city. That's why we were here in LA. And we hadn't lived anywhere since we were like 15.
Which means we're going to do lunch at some point.
Yeah, we could do
There's
lunch.
that,
we
you
can
know.
definitely do lunch.
So there was a level of reinvention to a
Totally.
degree.
Yeah. And we knew that particularly for bands, there wasn't a huge space for us. So we had to work out a sound that would work, but in a way that we were passionate about, in a way that felt powerful to us and individual to our band.
How would you describe this new angle?
It's
Sound.
It's heavily influenced by a lot of things. I mean, obviously Youngblood was a foot in the door for that sound, and I think this next song, Easier, is a follow-up to that.
Maybe a leg in the door.
Leg in the door, and now you got your whole torso stuck. And now it's more industrial influenced. It's heavier rhythms. It's us expanding our musicality live, and it's us just growing as a group.
Hey, what is this this merch line, or maybe it's more than a merch line? The Friends of Friends. Give me details on Friends. 'Cause you guys been posting like crazy on this.
I'll give you a little download of Friends of Friends. I mean, Friends of Friends has been something that we've been talking about for years. And finally, we had some time to dive in and create a nonprofit organization. So we're going to hopefully have it tour with us, and we donate to regional foundations.
So whatever you sell in XYZ city, it goes to
Exactly.
nonprofits and whatnot.
Yeah, but it's also about cultivating younger artists, whether it be filmmakers, musicians, any type of artist, and we get to showcase them. So we basically put on shows. We support people whilst giving back, whilst having awesome parties as well. So it's like a all-rounded good deed type of thing.
Yeah.
And it's something that we think our fans will be passionate about, and it's an extension of ourselves without it being for benefit. So it's cool.
Fellas, let's do Easier. This track, when I first heard when I first heard it, Top Secret was one of those top secret things where I had to sign my life away before I did anything.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, yeah, it's all good. Thanks.
Sorry about
Thanks
that.
a lot, fellas. No, but on a serious note, it was. I don't know what I was expecting, but I hear the vocals, the clean vocals before the music kicked in, basically, and the vocal range first of all blew me away, and then you go into the and it's got that grind, but that here I am describing. Tell me about this song.
Obviously, it's industrial based with rhythmically, and I think Callum and I have been working on a lot of that stuff with our musicianship and getting that into our music. I think obviously Luke's vocal has grown so much over the years, and I'm so proud of him for that. That's incredible. I mean, why don't you expand on that? It's your voice.
Has your range just gone, or maybe you haven't showcased it like this?
I feel like for us, like when we first started, we were, as much as people wanted to call us a boy band, I felt like we were like a for real pop punk band. So we kind of just like, you sing at the top of your range, like in full voice, and it was just like, you sing these songs like She Looks So Perfect is, not anything really like this vocally. And this was, I have a new vocal coach, super boring, but I won't dwell on it. And she, really extended my range, and this song is a good showcase of that. And it's definitely up there. And I love this song to open with, like following this with the next songs following and how the album sounds and feels is, I couldn't be more happy with this.
Yeah.
And it's very new wave, but obviously we're a pop band, but it's very new wave influence, like Tears for Fears and even some Nine Inch Nails, believe
That's
it or not.
the one. I wasn't going to say it because I thought you guys would think I'm crazy, but if you listen to it kind of underneath the Nine Inch Nails track, it sounds nothing like it, but maybe it's just the groove or the grind or it's almost like a hidden grind. I don't know what it is, but I swear I wasn't going to say it, but that's what came to mind was the Nine Inch Nails track.
Yeah, the way it grooves, it feels good, and it's reminiscent of that kind of era, and even I know some of their songs for sure. Yeah, you can definitely say it.
This musical journey you've been on to date, has it taken you where you hoped it would take you? In a nutshell, are you happy?
Oh, that's a
about
lovely
that?
question.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
No.
Left to right.
You're not happy. Not
Crazy, not at all.
It's crazy. Not at all.
No,
so much for this question.
in terms of the band,
The element of truth in every joke, eh?
What do you mean in terms of the band?
No,
How can you start your
said-
sentence
you
there?
said- wait,
Are
can you
are
repeat
you
the question
happy?
for me?
Well,
Am I happy?
This musical journey's taken you to this point. Are you happy where it's taken you? Is it where you hoped?
Yeah, and you
So far.
started your answer with, well, in terms of the band.
I see what you're saying now. Yeah, I mean, I think I wouldn't be in this band if I don't think we would push ourselves and try to test us to the limits. I mean, individually, personally, and together as a group. Obviously, happiness, that's a bigger discussion. I mean,
So true.
it's always like
Yeah.
a growth, a personal growth, and it's all contextual to your own personal life. I mean, happiness.
Totally. We talk about it a lot because it is important that, as you go into your mid-20s and we've had such an incredible experience and walk of life so far, but there's a lot of details you have to fill in this circumstance that if we weren't in the band, they would have come at different times in our lives, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I always say it's not super profound, but it's all the truths are right in front of you and everybody gets to experience an element of different types of happiness within this group. And it's up to you to discover it yourself. That's why the music changes whenever we want it to change. That's why we kind of operate things, out of our own motivations and work it out and what makes us happy as a group, because that's super important. Otherwise, we wouldn't last very long.
Yeah.
I think from the outside looking in, I just hope you guys, and it's not all based on success, because people always say, man, they're so successful, they should be happy, and there's so many layers to what could go right and wrong in
Yeah.
somebody's life. But I hope you guys enjoy what's going on, because you guys are in the middle of something really special, and it shows no
Yeah.
signs of slowing down in a good way. you know, so.
I think with success, there's a lot of sacrifice, and that's something that is hard to articulate. And you look back and you discover what sacrifices you actually made a long time after they've been made, if that makes sense.
I'm a big believer in just because I love it. I don't know if all artists need it. I think you guys would need it though. The hotel alias. I think it's like an old school rock thing, you know, because it's sort of secret agent-ish,
So funny.
without giving out. Because Michael was saying we don't want to give out the current, but
I'll give out Michael's
hotel.
one.
You want to give out Michael?
I'm happy to give out his.
You know what I thought about? I thought about would be really great for a hotel alias, right? Is just giving the name of another celebrity. Like, is that a weird thing? Like, if my hotel alias was like Justin Bieber, is that weird? Or is
Boston
that,
Jeeber.
is that like?
Well, the purpose of the hotel alias is because if your friends want to talk to you, they text you, they call you, whatever. But the purpose of the alias is to kind of block people from getting into your into your
I
room,
thought
I
it was
guess,
to
right?
role play.
or role play. You know,
It's just a fun thing.
Hell yeah, Mike!
I thought we were having fun.
I thought
you want to be Justin Bieber?
Let's turn this interview up.
This is red hot.
Let's go with it.
All right.
Yeah, call me Justin.
I hate this.
I love it.
Oh, I hate this.
Let's keep it going.
Oh my god.
All right, so you're debating on, or is your hotel alias currently Justin Bieber? Well, you can change
It
it.
can be. That's where I'm coming from.
I
with it.
didn't. I don't know this side of
It's
you.
pretty
and
weird
I
to
like
me
it.
that you've been thinking about you thought that everybody was role playing.
I thought when
The whole entire touring crew. It's like we play shows, we do sound checks, we meet fans, and we're just role playing.
this whole thing is just a part of a role play.
Oh my god. Well, okay.
Sick.
From now on, Justin Bieber.
Well,
yeah. What
Well, my name was Long John Silver, so
are we role playing?
I guess that says a lot, eh?
Love me call howdy boys.
So if I go to the hotel, I gotta. Hey, can I speak to Long John?
Hey, it's Mr. Long John.
I don't like it in this role playing context at all.
What are you? You're
Mine was mine's even worse in the role playing. Mine was Jack Hammer. And I've had
What we-
sandwiches.
sandwiches.
Sam Widges was a good one.
Bill Ding is good.
Dude.
I've had some terrible ones.
Oh my God, Cal, have you got any, or just
yeah.
what could be possibly worse than any of those?
Oh. I had
What
one.
was I?
Nice jackhammer
I had
there.
one for a long time, which was Ned Schneebly. I thought that was a really good one, but it became a problem because, like, when you're in a hotel, you have to enter in your last name for the Wi-Fi code,
right.
and every single hotel would spell it wrong.
That was
Like,
hard when I had Heimlich maneuver.
Heinrich maneuver. You said
That
it
was
really
you had it.
tough.
That's how you say it.
God, I've heard some bad stories in the sense of that, if you lock your keys in the room, you have to go back down and say, look, I need the keys for Jackhammer's room, and they'll go, I need the ID.
yeah.
I don't
they'll
have-
give you your
and
ID.
I've had some Backstreet Boys. One of the guys said that they had this terrible name, and his girlfriend. Now that your fiance, at least she, by the way,
What was the
congrats.
name?
It was
Thank you.
what was oh God, Maxi Pad.
Oh,
So his girlfriend or now wife would have to call up. Hello, Mrs. Pad. They would call her. And after they're like, all right, we're done with this. So it can backfire on you. You guys are so good at what you do on stage. I mean, you've done it. Repetition creates perfection. Whatever the saying is. You've done it. You're great at it. But you're human. People make mistakes. My question though is, have you made a noticeable on stage mistake?
I'm the drummer.
What do we got?
What happened? It's terrible.
We've had a lot of things. I mean, I even remember when we were first touring, you broke your snare drum, and we were in the middle. We were in the middle of a set, and
showcase,
Ashton was
isn't it?
just like, "Stop!" And we were all
Stop.
like, "Oh crap!" We all looked around, and he's like,
Just stop.
Dude, Ashton has so much power on stage because if he stops, everything just like
"Everything falls apart." Yeah.
I guess very few things would make you stop, but a snare drum break. I mean, what
The
you
drums,
need it,
essential.
right?
Yeah, you need the whole thing.
You can't really hide that. One of our guitars goes out. It's like, okay, it's a little
doesn't
bit
matter.
empty, but the
It's
drums go out, and
fine.
it's like it's a folk set or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they said the
Not-
drummer's
not
not
there's anything
important.
wrong with
Come
folk.
on. So, but yeah, but so that's one. Have you done anything? How about falling off stage?
Mistakes. I mean, we played in Mexico City, and I passed out in the encore because of the oxygenation.
Really?
Yeah, but I was all good. Little tank, got it on my mouth, and
So you guys
Back on
rocking
stage.
out, and all
Yeah.
of a sudden it
No,
becomes
it
a
was
folk
in
show.
the
and-
encore.
it was in the
It
encore.
was in the encore break. He passed out.
Yeah, he wasn't on the drums and just.
I was flat on the floor,
Oh.
side of stage,
Yeah.
and then we came back out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did the fans ever hear about that, or
I
was
don't
there?
think so.
No,
no.
We've definitely fallen over a lot on stage as well.
Yeah.
I fell off at an iHeartRadio show.
You
Did
were
you
looking-
really?
You were
Yeah.
looking at
Where was
Rita.
that at?
London, I believe, and I fell straight into the camera pit, and luckily I didn't land on a camera guy.
Would you just
but-
land on the ground, or?
Yeah, just on
was-
the ground on my left foot, and I think it's actually I had some severe problems. Like it's really my back is.
But
really
the video
messed
is just
Wow.
it's just fantastic.
We're maybe a second and a half into she looks so perfect,
Yeah,
and
it
I'm
was-
gone.
Starts with the drums.
Yeah. And there I go.
Gone.
Did you look around and of course just you guys just hey, where's he at?
No,
kind
it
of
looks
thing.
kind of like an intro because I came out of the middle of the arena with my hand up, limping. It was interesting.
Hey, didn't a couple of years back one of you guys who was it got caught next to the pyro or
That
something?
was
Yeah, that was me.
That's
my-
in the DVD.
In the
Yeah,
DVD.
because I remember
Go watch
talking about that on the
Yeah,
radio.
buy it
but
now.
Go watch our documentary.
Jesus, that was
It's new.
not cool. Hey, what are your back home friends, family, teachers, the old school crew? What's their reaction to all the success you guys have had? Sometimes parents of groups we have their own little fan bases because
Yeah.
of this. Is any of that?
One of our music teachers tried to take the credit for all of our success. Actually, when we were first starting.
Damn, out of
like
the
in a funny way or in a or
No,
a
like
not
he
funny
was
way?
serious. They got him on live TV, and he was like, "Yeah,
Yeah,
I
without telling
I,
us.
I discovered these guys, and
But
I,
he didn't.
I,
He doesn't
I
even,
put
he's
them
never even
together."
met me.
Yeah, he didn't even know who Ashton was, and he literally was on live TV. Yeah, I knew these guys were going to make it. So when I put them together, it was interesting.
So how do you even respond to that, or what do you?
Well, we were on live TV, so we were like,
Oh, you were on live TV.
yeah.
We had to go with it.
and he was on as well, and
Wait.
they didn't tell us.
What?
I don't remember this.
Sunrise.
It's very traumatic. You should remember it. Maybe that's why you blocked it out.
I think I have
Maybe it's
blocked
good that
it
you
out.
blocked
Yeah.
it. So he hadn't even didn't even meet you.
No.
Yeah, and he sat there on live TV with us. For starters,
what?
who let him do that?
I don't know.
remember that?
I don't know. Yeah, no, I
Anyways.
was the one who brought it up. Of course I remember it. Oh, you don't remember that?
Wait, you don't remember that?
No, it's pretty crazy. But apart from him, I don't really hear from anyone else really, which maybe isn't a good thing.
Yeah, I
don't
think
know.
our parents are proud, very supportive. they're awesome.
Mhm.
I can find that Australians can be very how do I say this? Grounding.
Totally.
Yeah. So
Meaning like, yeah, you better enjoy it while it lasts.
Well,
that kind of stuff.
well,
or-
yeah.
I guess you wouldn't talk like that. Though. That was like that was an Australian.
Some people I grew up with is like, yeah, the new song's good, but you guys need a song like AC/DC, Highway to Hell. And I was like, that's the craziest thing you've ever said. Like, we're never gonna have a song like that.
yeah, it can be like, yeah,
Yeah.
cool, whatever you're doing, but you don't mean anything to me, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
it's
Wow.
hot. It's savage.
It is savage.
It is.
I like it though.
AF. Jesus.
I like it though.
What do parents and that whole crew, like your inner circle, have they created a fan base for themselves? Not directly, but sort of like they get a following because of who you guys are, and do they enjoy that?
Oh,
The Andy Hemmings fan base is that's the one for me.
Luke's dad is fantastic online.
Hilarious.
Humorous, insightful, grounding.
He posts,
Yeah,
just
but also like there's news. It's like keeping up to date, but also with like good commentary. It's really good.
It's a mixture of dad jokes, proud dad, and then like I don't know, something else.
For a hot second, let's plug Dad's Instagram, Twitter. Let's give him a plug. What? Come on, Luke.
It's a bad name, I think.
Well,
No, it's not. Andy Hemmings 66 maybe.
something like that.
Yeah, I think that's
Doesn't
it.
your mom? Your mom is like
My mom's got a lot of followers. She came
Your
on the
mom's
road with
got
us
a
for a
lot
bit.
of
got like
followers.
500,000 followers. Or something.
Man, if any Five Sauce fans are not following, I want you guys to follow these one or two accounts,
go.
whatever Luke said. Here we go.
We got Andy.Hemmings.
Andy dot on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Instagram. That's pretty standard.
Andy
Oh,
dot
wow.
Hemmings.
Liz
Hemmings is she's got the full tag. She's done well.
How many followers does Liz Hemmings have?
It's loading. Whoa, 646,000.
Goodness
Jeez,
gracious.
that's a lot.
Yep.
That's wild.
That was before the band as well. She would just teach math. People love her, man.
She's got the best math class ever, and she's a social influencer.
Yeah.
I mean, really. Good Lord. 5 Seconds of Summer is hanging out. Let's recap. Album coming out later on. Yeah, when is the album? Later this year? What do you
June
think?
2nd. No.
I feel like in this musical landscape, let's call it, we need to put out a couple songs and see what the vibe is, I guess, and then kind of see where it goes from there. Maybe it comes out this year, maybe it comes out next year, or it's hard to tell. We've got the bulk of the album written and recorded, but it's not fully done yet.
So whenever it's right, you guys will hear about it.
Yeah.
Of course, Easier is out. This tour with Chainsmokers coming up. Get on this. Fans, no need to eat pics of Luke or any of them for that matter. That's probably a bad idea. At the end of every interview, fellas, fist bump to make it official. Give me a little.
Oh,
bam,
yeah.
and a little,
Thank you very much.
Have to run around the whole
Thanks for having
room.
Bam and a bam.
Thank you for having
Do we
us.
clap?
Absolutely. I guess we could clap. Yay.
Bravo.
Bravo. All right. Lovely.